Marcus wiped down the last counter in the executive suite of the Stellar Trade Building, his stomach growling loud enough to echo off the marble floors. It was 2 a.m., his shift nearly over, and a half sandwich in his lunch bag was all that stood between him and hunger until his next paycheck in 3 days. The building was supposed to be empty. That's why he jumped when he saw her. She sat in the corner of the break room, hunched over in a gray, cleaning uniform he didn't recognize. Her shoulders shook slightly, crying, maybe, or just exhausted. Marcus knew that posture. He'd warned himself plenty of times. "Hey," he said softly. "You okay?" She looked up. Her eyes were an unusual shade of amber, almost golden in the fluorescent light. Dark circles shadowed them. "I am managing," she said, her accent strange and lilting. "I apologize. I should not be here." "Rough night." Marcus pulled out a chair and sat across from her. "I'm Marcus, night janitor. Been here 5 years." "Lyra," she said after a pause. "I am new." "Thought so. Haven't seen you before." He studied her pale face, the way her hands trembled. "When's the last time you ate?" She looked away. "I do not remember." Marcus didn't hesitate. He pulled out his lunch bag and unwrapped the sandwich. Turkey and cheese on wheat, nothing fancy. He tore it in half and pushed the larger piece toward her. "Here, I already ate," he lied. "I cannot." "Sure you can. Look, I've been where you are. New job, new city, maybe everything's expensive and the first paycheck feels like it's never coming." He smiled. "It's just a sandwich. No big deal." Lyra stared at the food, then at him. Something shifted in her golden eyes. Surprise, perhaps, or something deeper. Slowly, she picked up the sandwich. She took a small bite, then another, eating with the careful deliberation of someone who hadn't tasted anything in far too long. They sat in comfortable silence. Marcus ate his half and told her about the building, which floors had the best vending machines, which security guard were friendly. She listened, occasionally asking questions in that melodic accent, and for a moment the sterile break room felt almost warm. "Why?" she asked finally. "You do not know me. You said this is your last food." Marcus shrugged. "My mom used to say we're all just walking each other home. Everybody needs help sometimes. Besides," he grinned, "us night shift people gotta stick together, right?" Something that might have been a smile crossed her face. "Yes, together." She stood to leave, then paused. "Marcus the janitor. I will remember this. Take care of yourself, Lyra." 3 days later, Marcus arrived for his shift to find his supervisor waiting with an envelope. Inside was a notice. He'd been promoted to head of facilities management with triple his salary, full benefits, and a signing bonus that made his hands shake. Some big executive request, his supervisor said, baffled. They were very specific. Said you showed the truest measure of character. That evening, the news exploded with footage of first contact. The Keshri Empire had arrived, advanced, powerful, and led by Queen Laranis, whose golden eyes were unmistakable even across the gulf of space. In her address to humanity, she spoke of judgment and worthiness, of a species tested not by its leaders, but by how the least of its people treated strangers in the dark. Marcus watched from his new office, that strange accent suddenly making sense. On his desk, someone had left a note in flowing script. To Marcus, who shared his last bread with a stranger. Your kindness has saved your world. All debts are paid. All friends are remembered. Ed. And beneath it, a half sandwich wrapped in golden foil that shimmered with light from distant stars.